Welcome to another episode of the Raising and Thriving podcast. And like I would always say, this is a podcast designed for mothers who are trying to navigate through motherhood, through postpartum, through pregnancy, and everything that concerns the journey of motherhood in general. And today here with me is a media practitioner who is also a mother of 3 beautiful kids. Her name is Omohio Olubumi. We are really happy to have you in our podcast today.
It's my pleasure to be here.
As you can see, she's a very beautiful woman. Would you believe this is a mother of 3?
Yes,
God. I want to be like you when I grow up.
I mean, the journey is usually different. By the way, thank you so much for the introduction. And it's my absolute pleasure to be here on this episode to share insights on everything motherhood.
Yeah.
Feel free. We're going to discuss everything.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited.
I also want to congratulate you on the arrival of your baby and ask you how far has motherhood.
See, I don't want to talk about it. It's been blissful. But of course, it hasn't been that easy.
Yeah,
but we thank God. Motherhood has been amazing. We thank the Lord. We thank the Lord.
As usual, I think there's a feeling that when you're new in motherhood and people ask you how is it, people tend to say it's a sweet experience. So, but then when you begin to experience it yourself and they ask you how far, it seems like
there are no
short
words.
Of words.
There are no
words to fully express the journey of motherhood.
True. Very true.
But each person with a unique journey doing their best. I believe everyone does their best to be a good mother.
True.
And to do the best for their children.
Yes.
Yeah, so don't worry. You will navigate very well.
Amen. Amen. Okay, so today's topic we'll be talking on mom guilt and how one is able to manage and go through that mom guilt. While I was researching and just trying to get my head around what the word mom guilt is about, I found out that they say 95% of women actually go through that mom guilt experience, right? And the remaining 5% do not experience it. So I'd like to ask,
am I one of the 5%?
Exactly. And if you're not, how have you been able to cope with it? I understand that it's not easy having that guilt feeling inside of you while trying to be a mother. So are you one of the 95% or the 5%? And if you're a part of the 95%, how do you cope with it?
I'll say I'm in between.
Okay.
Because first off, I understand that motherhood comes with its responsibilities.
True.
And it takes a toll on your mental health.
True.
It takes a toll on your physical health.
True.
It takes a toll on your relationship with your partner. So what I always aim to do is to find the balance.
Okay.
Between feeling guilty and not feeling guilty by making the decisions that will ultimately benefit my child, as well as not forgetting my purpose, which is sometimes beyond being a mother.
Okay.
By being a mother, you also want to add value.
True.
Added value. True. I know that being a mom is a lot, but when you think of the need to add value to being a mom, you'll find a balance between feeling guilty and not feeling guilty.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm partly 95%. And I can give you a case study of when I had my first
please,
child.
We want to hear.
So, when I had my first and my second, I was a full-time stay-at-home mom. Oh. I wasn't working.
Okay.
And 1 year post-delivering, my son was now a year old. And my husband and I just had a discussion that, you know what, since you've been searching for a job and you still haven't found a job, one, go back to school.
Okay.
And secondly, let's try for a second child.
Okay.
So that you can finish having your kids
quickly and
then
focus on yourself.
when job opportunity comes, you know that you've completed that phase of your life.
Okay.
So what would happen is I got admission into school to do my second degree, and along the line I fell pregnant. And while still having my son, And you know, combining school, pregnancy, and a
Oh my
toddler
God.
is
That's
a
a
lot.
lot.
Even with support from your partner, it's still a
True,
lot.
it's still a
And so
lot.
I had to, I had to make things easy for everyone. So I needed to send my son to school.
So you started school on time.
So I think he started school when he was exactly a year and 3 months. I'm not sure
Wow.
exactly, but he wasn't up to 2 years. He wasn't even up to 18 months.
That was
And that's because I was pregnant, and the pregnancy was definitely taking a toll on me. Now, the
Oh.
first day, the day I went to drop him off in school,
oh, that would have been a lot.
I cried.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, Omo, what do you really want in life? So
Oh my
now that you now that you have dropped this boy in school, are you happy?
Are you happy?
So there was that guilt, and I cried. I cried
Oh
so
my
much because I
God.
felt really bad. I felt like I felt as though I was not considering him.
Yeah,
But on
like-
the other hand, I was actually considering him. I wanted him to be in an environment where you have good caregivers. He'll be
yeah,
learning.
He has his peers.
Has his space, have friends to play with, while I'm also able to navigate being pregnant and going to school. So that'll be one of the case example I'll present.
Yes.
Besides that, previously I'm not sure, but for my third child, I've
Yeah.
also had to, now I'm working. I have expectations are high. Before I even went on maternity leave from my office, I was promoted to a senior communications officer in my
Oh,
organization.
amazing.
And you know that
That's another
comes with
responsibility.
a whole lot more responsibility. And of course, I had amazing bosses who understood
Yes.
that okay, this woman has given her all, and if she needed to take some time off to give
Then she
birth and have
deserves it.
things, she deserves it. And
Wow.
so I went on maternity leave. I had my baby and was now turned to return to work. And as you know, that's a different ball game. And until you experience
It's like starting all
you
over
will,
again.
you will never be able to fully understand juggling being in having a newborn, going back to work, and also trying to meet your end of your career.
Oh my God.
And what I did then was, always, if you have resources available to you to make your life easier, I'm always more than happy to leverage
True.
leverage what is available to make life easy for everyone generally. So first I started going to work, hired someone to look after my baby while I was working, and along the line I found out that wasn't sustainable because she would be crying, I would not be able to focus at
Exactly. You won't be able to
work,
focus.
and the nanny had not gotten used to looking after her, and so many other things happened. And obviously work is not going to wait. Nobody
will wait for you.
Nobody's going to.
They are paying you for the job.
Yeah, so it's either you get it done, or
You figure out
Or
what
yeah.
works, basically.
exactly, or what can happen. You probably sometimes in worst case scenario, you lose your job or stuff like that. But no, that wasn't a case though. So after struggling for let's say 1 month with her in the office, I finally came to the realization that I have also noticed that this child feels more comfortable at home when we are home
Than at work with
than
you.
when she's at work where she's restricted, to be honest. So staying at home was more comfortable. She'll play with her siblings. If she wanted to sleep, they will have a comfortable place to put her to sleep
Yes.
and stuff like that. So my husband and I had to make decisions to say, you know what, have a nanny who will stay at home with the baby. She dedicated her time squarely to looking after the child. And at this point, my child was already like 4 months old, and we're no longer doing exclusive, so she could take
Formula.
So,
Yes.
and she felt comfortable. Did I feel guilty? I felt very bad. And I'm like, okay, again,
Somebody's taking care of your child when you should be doing it.
Again, now you are chasing career.
Hey.
Your child is at home. I felt that pain for like a couple of... Every time, sometimes it comes, I'm like, and I tell myself, your child will be fine, because at the end of the day, you want your children to grow up and see that their mother gave her best across board. As a mother, as a career person, contributing to the family as well, because sometimes women I mean, whether you like it or not, you want to be able to support your family.
Yes, you want to
in the
give
best
as well.
way that you can. So you want children to grow up and see. So if they grow up and they saw that I was at home, now I'm 40 years, and now I'm 60 years,
Yes,
I'm now waiting for them
to bring.
Me. So I now become entitled to them. Is that the kind of
life you want for them?
So all those other, and that's how I encourage myself. Long and short of story. And then sometimes I'm going to work and she's crying and my heart is broken into 1 million pieces. Like, oh God.
How do we move from this?
So that is why I say I am not fully.
Yes, you're in between, basically.
Because I understand I have a purpose to motherhood, purpose to developing myself, purpose to contribute to people's lives as well. Because when you hire people to work for you, having the resources to do that has to count for something in improving other people's lives beyond yours. So
wow.
I hope I'm not talking too much.
No, at all. Like, I've learned a lot because, for someone like me, I think my first experience with mom guilt was when I wasn't lactating properly due to the fact that my, my appetite was in shambles. Like, I couldn't eat for the first 2-3 weeks after giving birth to my child. So then my mom was like, okay, you know what, let's give formula to make up for what he's not eating, because my child will be crying, he's wailing, and I'm like, oh my God, am I not producing enough? What can I do? What kind of nonsense is it? Why is my appetite like this and all of that? And then when we give him the formula, before you know it, he's constipated, he's unable to poo for a while. Then the symptom of colic started, and it was terrible. And at that point, I felt so terrible. I'm like, I started blaming myself for not eating enough for my child to eat. I mean, I know I've experienced the entirety of motherhood, because I'm just starting this journey. But then I felt so bad. If I were days where I would cry and I would be like, why can't, and at some other point I'm like, it's not my fault. It's not like there is food in front of me and I will not eat and all. But then my husband was of course very supportive. I think yesterday, I pumped some this was it called some milk and all of that, breast milk, and then I showed it. It was like, how many ounces was it? I think it was like 3 altogether from both pumps. And I showed it. I'm like, babe, look at this small thing I put. And next is like, don't worry, you're trying, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I told him, I said, the statement, I just said what I said, but that's the statement she gave back to me actually encouraged me.
Yeah.
I felt like, okay, you know what, I'm actually doing my best, right? So I feel like we need to cut ourselves some slack. I mean,
absolutely.
our kids are I know they are not understanding, because I mean, all they want to do is eat and just be comfortable. But I'm sure that with time they would know that our parents actually tried their best, especially in place of taking care of them and in career. And all of that.
I do. I agree with you. So not lactating enough. I mean, like I always say, I must have mentioned off the camera, the journey of motherhood is a unique one.
Yes.
And people react to situations differently. Mm-hmm. For me, I didn't see not lactating enough as a deficiency. Mm-hmm. It was what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't coming. So the next was to find alternative.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't have to pump again. If I knew that if it pump, it doesn't going to come. So I focused on breastfeeding my child. Mm-hmm. So what that meant is that I won't be able to go to a lot of places, and even if I went out, I had to go out with the child.
Yeah.
But then for me, that was not a weakness. It is a situation. I mean, it's not peculiar to you alone. Yes. There are lots of other women, like you said, that 5% of mothers experience not being able to lactate. Versus, because I've had friends who lactate so well to the point that they store in the freezer up until their kids are after 1 year, they still have breast milk in the freezer.
Good.
So I just found
it's kind of to you, just accept your
yeah, so just find what works for you. There are alternative to I mean, I'm sure you have alternative that you've already indicated that you start using. It's just to find the balance. Yes. And as a first-time mom, I know that there are a lot of things that usually go through your head, like, am I ever being a good mom?
Thank you. Am I doing a good job?
Is this how this
am I doing it right?
Am I doing it right?
Sometimes I'll meet my mom. I'll be like, Mom, when you gave birth to me, was this how you were doing it? Because I'm like, okay, let me at least find out from my mom if this is how motherhood is. So that I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, and as a first-time mom, it's always good to have that support system. And I'm happy that you find that in your husband and in your mom and then in people around you.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that would encourage you and help you understand that whatever you are going through, you're not alone. And it's not a weakness, it's not a sign that you're not a good mother. It's just what it is.
It's what it is.
And you have no control over it.
And you don't have to feel guilty.
And you don't have to feel guilty about it. If you have, feeling guilt maybe is natural, but you can find a way to cope with feeling guilty by, speaking positively to yourself and telling yourself that genuinely this is my best that I'm giving my best, and understanding that your child is going to be fine eventually.
Hey, amazing moms and caregivers. If you're enjoying all the tips and insights here on Raising and Thriving podcast, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to turn on those notifications so you never miss out on the next episode, filled with helpful advice for your parenting journey. You can also find us on all your favorite social media platforms, so be sure to follow and don't forget to share the love with other moms in your life. Let's grow and strive together.
Okay, so thank you so much for all of these answers. Like, I've learned a whole lot. On how to help through this mom guilt, because it's obvious that it's impossible not to feel that way.
Yeah,
as long as you're a mother.
Though in different degrees, some people feel it more, and some people they're just able to fully understand their purpose.
Yes. So the second question I would like to ask you is, how did you find the harmony between your career and then motherhood, especially in the aspect of taking care of your children and also in the household chores without feeling guilt? Like, how were you able to navigate through all of this?
Okay, so when I had my first two kids, I was a full-time housewife.
Yes.
Staying at home, just looking after the kids. Though I was actively looking for job opportunities.
Okay.
So even with the kids, I also wanted to work, because personally, I believe not a base having your own money. It gives you the freedom to do like things that you want to do, and also you don't want to burden your partners with too much responsibilities.
Okay.
And at the same time, I wanted to feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
So it was good to be a mother. I loved it so much, looking after my kids. It comes with its stress and its troubles, and I also wanted to work. I wanted to do something beyond being a mother. And my husband was also understanding in that regard. I also had my dad who was helping me every time I was I was tailoring my CV to any job opportunities that I thought I could do. I would tailor, send applications, send my CV to my dad to help me submit to other agencies that were, hiring. My husband was also helping me. In fact, at some point, I had to show you that I wanted to work even while I was a mom. So I created a blog, like a health-focused blog. So my resolve was to start generating content there, focusing on health activities, health issues, and stuff like that, and praying and hoping that one day I'll find something. So having this in mind helped me to prepare mentally that adding a job to this is going to stress you a whole lot more. So I had to prepare myself mentally. I remember being pregnant for my second child and going for job interviews, sick, absolutely sick. But I had to show up for those jobs. So understanding what I wanted helped me to prepare mentally. Okay. And also having the support system in my husband also encouraged me to push harder than what my body was telling me at that time. You're sick, are you sure you can? You're feeling, obviously from being pregnant, not that I have any ailments.
Morning sickness and the rest.
Yeah, for some, morning sickness is worse in different people. Yeah, so, like I mentioned, understanding what that I wanted to work and having the support system and the drive. So that's what have literally helped me to juggle career and being a mother. And then for my third child, now I was a fully
fledged worker.
A full-fledged
Worker.
And then I found out that I'm pregnant because that wasn't the plan.
The third child is not the kind. These are our parents.
That was not the plan. And I found I'm pregnant. And I've just started to begin to feel comfortable in my role where I work. Because it took me quite a while. I haven't been out of job for like 2 years now post NYC. And definitely getting a job. You want to prove yourself. You want to give your all.
Oh, of course.
All. And then 2 years into the work, 2 years plus, and I find I'm pregnant. I'm like, okay, I have to accept what it is. One, I already have this job.
Yes.
So
you can't say no to it.
So 3 things are going to happen. I'll push myself harder to have this child, and continue to work. And so that period, I dedicated my time squarely to work. I made sure I met my end of whatever the organization expected from me.
Yeah.
In fact, they didn't know I was pregnant until I was like 6 months gone, and I had to come and tell them that I'm pregnant. So
maternity
because there's a policy that you should
follow.
Yeah, you should from HR of this kind of social so that they can make arrangements for when you eventually go on maternity leave. So one thing that did work for me was so that worked for me when I became a career woman and now be pregnant and I was going to have a child while working was now mental preparation again. Secondly, giving my best to my work when I could still give my best.
Yes.
I think throughout that year, I didn't go on annual leave.
Okay,
there's annual leave, there's maternity leave. I made sure I did what was expected of me, so that by the time I ask for to be for the organization to be a bit considerate with me when they will not have a reason to say
no, you've not done everything, so we can't let you
so
go.
I met my end of the bargain, and when it was time for me to go on maternity leave, where I work, they were so understanding. It encouraged me, they said, go on leave, rest, have your baby, and then come back. As a matter of fact, you've been promoted to, promoted. So I was excited going on that leave. So, and then with the help of God, I will never ever forget, my relationship with God in all of this. Yes. So this was definitely not my power. Every time, I think I have. Obviously, my closest relationship will be with God, because there's no way I would have been able to do all of that all by myself. I'm a spiritual person.
True.
I have a good, close relationship with God, and before I do anything, most times, especially things that I know that they might tell you no, I send God first. I say, God, how far?
Me they say yes, I be.
Run
Now only you I get to. Now only you be my helper.
Yeah. So go ahead of me and let responses be favorable to me, and also try to meet my end, because you must work. Don't be idle and say, oh, I have God now. When I go and I say, in the name of Jesus.
Even the Bible says the lazy man will not get anything to eat.
I do my end. I then commit it to the hands of God, and I meet the human helpers that God has put in my way to make my life easy. And another thing I have learned to do is to leverage resources around you. Yeah. There are people who can help look after your kids. There are people who can help manage the home when you're not around. Sometimes my job requires me to be outside of Abuja. So in partnership with your husband or with your partner, discuss those things and find a middle ground.
Yes.
Yeah, find those people who can be useful.
Yes.
And, obviously you're going to pay them. And it's always good to have someone while you're away. For example, if my husband travels, I'm around to monitor things on ground.
In the house.
When he's not around, when I'm not around, he's at home.
Yes.
In addition to the other resources that we have made available.
That's the helps?
Yes. Domestic staff.
Oh, okay.
Domestic staff. Nanny to look after the kids and stuff like that. Okay. So I think, without missing out any points, these are the ways I've been able. Then for house chores, as you give birth, in my experience, I think as the older I get, my threshold for managing house chores reduces.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's how it works.
Personally, I don't know how it works for other people. For example, I don't think I have the energy to clean the house, mop, wash clothes, cook, iron, bath children. I could do that when I was still younger, or when it was one child.
Okay.
Even when it was just one, I had someone who came to clean, but not a living staff.
Okay.
Someone who came to clean and help out when I was doing probably cooking, was helping to look after the child or was cleaning the house for me. So it's always good. I would recommend it anytime, any day. Leverage resources that are available to
Get
you.
help. That's
what I'm trying to say. Whether it's help, whether it's in a family member, whether there are people that you need to pay. And it's always a blessing to have a partner who is considerate.
Yes.
To have a kind partner who understands that this person is not, this person has her own life now. This person has her own life, has her own purpose. Beyond being a mother is a blessing. I will not trade it for anything. Every time I look at my kids, I'm like, mother of 3.
Do it easy.
Must be nice.
It must be nice.
So there's that fulfillment. I feel fulfilled.
Being a mother,
being a wife, and I also feel happy with getting the support that I get from my husband.
Yes.
And that is a morale booster. That today when I say I need to go somewhere to deliver something, my husband will say, okay, go. Or he will make provision. He will be available to help look after the kids while I'm away. In addition, don't forget, you always have to have someone who can watch over your child, who is interested in your child beyond the people that you employ.
Oh, yes.
Who will see that as something is going wrong, do this thing this way or do that way, do this thing the other way. So that's what we try to. This is how I think I've been able to navigate, balance, balance motherhood and still work and still have a career.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much, Omo. Thank you so much.
No, my absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, so the next question I'll be posing at you is, how have you been able to prioritize yourself, especially in the aspect of saying no to people and also self-care? Because whether we like it or not, self-care is important. Yes. Being able to hang out with your friends, being able to say, okay, I want to go on a spa date today, and just say, please, children, be on your own, and I don't want to feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to do that? Because I remember this week I was going to hang out with my friends, and then I was able to pump some milk for my kid, right? So I left him with my mom, and then I went there. I was having fun. Me and my friends were gisting. As a matter of fact, we were celebrating our friend's birthday.
Okay.
And then I was there. I was like, okay, you know what? Let me call my mom to check on my newborn. I called my mom. The next thing, I heard him crying at the back, and I'm like, Mommy, how far is he not? Why is he crying? Is he not eating? He said, his food has finished. So I say, his food has finished. I just said, okay, no problem, I'm on my way. I just called my mom. I just told my friends, Pikin don't they cry? They need me at home. At that point, I started feeling bad. I'm like, God, I shouldn't have left this guy. Why didn't I pump enough milk? Why would I leave without pumping enough milk? So I'm like, you know what? I told my friends, I'm going, no, bye-bye. They said, okay, mommy, baby, I'll be out there. That's what they call me. Bye-bye. So that was how I left. Only for me to be on my way home. And I'm like, okay, let me call again to be sure that, he's not crying too much. I called my mom. How is he? Is he still crying? I said, no, your pikin don't sleep. I said, hey, when I called my husband, I was lamenting. I said, you see this boy? My husband was like, go back, go and have your phone. Please leave him, he'll be fine. You understand? So being able to do that and, not feel bad, because I'm like, hey, God, should I feel bad that I left my newborn with my mom to take care of? I know she'll take care of him very well, but the fact that I didn't keep enough food, I didn't do well enough to make sure he was comfortable.
That is how you feel, not as though that's exactly what the situation was.
Okay, that was how I was feeling, because I'm like, how would I just leave my newborn without enough food and I'm here laughing with friends? Oh, no, please, where's my bag? Let me start running home.
See, self-care is really important because you cannot give from a cup that is empty. Right? So if you do not feel loved or you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of a newborn? And for me, I think you already answered the questions. You had support system.
True.
You had their mother. Who can look after their grandchild more than their grandparent? And then your husband too. Oh God, I always want to pray that not a beats a considerate partner.
Nothing.
Not a beats a kind partner.
Nothing.
Yeah. So him telling you go back and have fun. What else assurance did you need that your child will be fine? So self-care cannot be underestimated. It's always important to look after yourself.
So, but how
For
do
me,
you do it? I want to know your own.
yeah, how I do it, I make deliberate efforts
Okay.
to hang out with my friends. In the cases where I can take my child, I fling you on my back.
Oh my God.
Or I put you in the car seat. We're going out, baby. Don't you like to have fun?
Yes. Mommy and I.
Yeah, so deliberate effort. Sometimes I just call my friends, say, hey, where are we going? Yeah, what restaurant are we going to?
Wow.
So let's plan next week. That's one. Also, there are things I do that make me feel good about myself. I love to go to the salon. So I think one of the way I distress is to go to the salon and just let them, lose my hair, wash it, weave it, and just have chit chat with people you are not seeing every day.
Yes.
Because that also can be overwhelming. And I think another thing that people who come visit after someone has given birth, because that is, do not visit and come and stay too long.
Thank you.
Or
Thank
give enough heads up. I'm coming to your house in 2 days' time or in 3 days. I'll come and see your intentions are good. We know, we love it. We are happy that you want to come and see the newborn and see how the mother is doing. But giving enough heads up, we allow the mother to prepare. We allow everyone who is helping in the house to prepare and be mentally ready for your visit. I think that's, for me, that would help me to distress a lot, because if I'm trying to look after a child and I see you pam pam, I'm like, oh my God. where was the heads up? So I'm rushing to entertain you, I'm rushing to look after the child, I'm already exhausted. So I think I've mentioned 3 ways. So
yes,
I try to make sure that people give me enough heads up before they visit when I've just had a child. I go to the salon to distress, have my hair done, do my nails, polish my, I don't fix this, polish my nails and just feel good. That makes me feel good. And then I hang out with my friends, and my husband is understanding. Again, having support system, having someone. If you are not able to take your child out, have people that you can leave
them
child with at home. Trusted people.
Yes.
Okay, who you are sure
trusted
that
people. Emphasis
on trust. So you're sure that when you're out, those people have your best interest at heart. They will look after your child, and they will not make you feel guilty for going out. And then there are also people who make you feel guilty for
the guilt that you're even already trying to avoid. They will now put it in your face.
Like, you leave your child at home.
You they try, you may not fit.
I know. I say yes, I left.
They are fine. They are okay. In fact, I remember when I posted the picture on my status hanging out with my friend, they were like, someone asked, who did you leave baby with? I said, please, baby, day with in grandma.
Yeah, exactly. So as long as you have a trusted person to leave your child with, capable hands to look after the child, the child is okay. Your child is okay. When I was a first time mom too, I'd be worried. I'm not sure when I had my first child I was able to go out a lot. No, I wasn't able to go out until the baby was about 6 months old.
Wow.
Yeah, also I wasn't working, so where am I going? I'm only going to the market and coming back.
Or going to see a few friends.
I wasn't going to see any few friends until that child was 6 months old. But this one, I gave birth December, I think February. I went to my friend's place. That was like less than 3 months after. Wow. And the other times that I didn't go, I just wanted to rest. Because that's why I say you are a strong woman. I want to be able to do this less than 2 months postpartum now. I won't, because I'm not sleeping well, my hormones, my moods are everywhere, I'm overwhelmed. Having 2 other kids that you need to look after. Even with all the help that you get.
It's never enough.
Yeah, it's really never enough, because if you're not a child, you feel like, it's like these people that don't give birth, you want to be the one doing it. True. And that's where we need to cut ourselves some slack. That help it's good. When you have help, leverage them. Yeah.
Wow, that means it's obvious that with you, self-care is priority.
It's priority.
It is priority. It's either self-care or nothing.
Yes, and self-care does not mean you have to go and lodge in a hotel. If you can afford it to go and do it. Self-care involves just sitting and relaxing. Distressing.
Take care of yourself. Look
care
good.
of yourself. Because don't forget, you also have a partner. Oh.
That needs you to look good.
You don't want to.
You don't want to be looking like grandmama.
They are giving you only 6 weeks. Because for people, I don't know what the situation is through CS. I think they say 3 months.
Yeah, about 3
post
months.
before you can resume whatever married people do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you give birth, you have 6
weeks.
to look after yourself. So you also look after yourself. You are important as well.
Yes.
You are important as well.
And I feel like if you are able to take care of yourself, it's easier for you to take care of your child and family. So
yes,
I'm
actually
important
it is.
as well. As the mother, you're also important.
You are important. Take care of your mental health. Anything that helps you relax is take a walk. Another thing is exercising. I think I did mention that one.
Exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fourth question, or the last question I'll be posing at you is it has to do with comparison. You know, I know one of the issues with mom guilt is the fact that you compare yourself with others, like feeling like, okay, the other mother is doing it this way and I'm not doing up to what this person is doing, right? So I would like to find out, like, how were you able to accept your unique parenting journey without comparison?
For me, it's called self-awareness. Know yourself.
Okay.
Knowing what your strengths are, knowing what your weaknesses are.
Okay.
I can't even really relate to comparison.
Okay.
And I haven't been in a situation where someone said, oh, that person is doing that and you're not doing it. I mean, I won't even put myself in a situation for that kind of conversation to happen. But one thing that anyone who is, whether knowingly or unknowingly compare themselves to another person's motherhood journey in a bid to be better, one thing they need to know is that no two journeys are the same. You are unique in your own way. Your strengths might be another person's weakness.
Sure.
And why the person's weakness,
would be your strength.
I hope I didn't mix that up.
No, you didn't.
Always know what your capabilities are, know what your strength is, and capitalize on them, and shut out the noise. Anything that is not working for you is a noise. Yeah, so, and then if it doesn't work and you think that you need to find a way, a solution.
Work.
I think for me, I'm solution driven.
Yes.
If I need it and it's not working, then I'll find a solution and make it work. So instead of comparing yourself, I think comparison is a bad thing. There's a way they put it. That comparison is the mother of disappointment or something like that. Yeah, something in that line. So if you continue to compare yourself, you will always suck. You always, be sad and be depressed, and that's the last thing you want to be as a mother, as a new mom. So find your strengths and continue to. Again, I haven't found myself in that situation, and
we don't even want to find ourselves in that situation.
No, we don't. So the ultimate thing is to find what works for you.
Okay. So that's all.
Yeah.
Wow, it's been an amazing episode. I've learned so much on how to navigate through mom guilt, being a mother, and also ensuring that you prioritize yourself, your career, because you don't want your children waking up one morning and feeling that, oh, okay, what did my mom even achieve with her life? You want to be an example to your child.
Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to turn on those notifications so you never miss out on the next episode, filled with helpful advice for your parenting journey. You can also find us on all your favorite social media platforms, so be sure to follow and don't forget to share the love with other moms in your life. Let's grow and strive together.